allege that we are not compliant with immigration law. I mean, my view is that immigration enforcement is the obligation of the federal government. Let them do their job.
That's Cook County President Toni Preckwinkle yesterday at the Illinois Capitol, taking questions from members of the media just outside the House chamber. Talking about immigration, but the Chicago and Cook County officials were in town to ask for more funding, and we'll hear a lot about that in another segment. But I was there to ask them about the ongoing battle in federal court over the state's sanctuary policies for non-citizens. Welcome back. Illinois in Focus Daily. I'm Greg Bishop. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Wake up with us each and every weekday morning. So Mayor Johnson, Brandon Johnson from Chicago, in Springfield yesterday, talking to legislators, meeting with leaders, and he was there to really talk about what he calls progressive revenue and the need for more money going to state coffers so that Chicago can get some. We'll hear about that. But again, went to the news conference yesterday and asked him about the DOJ's lawsuit. My question was, compare the peak of the non-citizen arrivals, as he called new arrivals, the peak during the Biden administration, and the cost. If you recall, it was $1 million a day they were spending on non-citizens. Compare the peak during Biden to, say, last week. And I had another question also about whether or not the city's less safe because of the non-citizen migrant sanctuary policies. Here's his response.
We put forth a bus ordinance that worked to regulate and bring some calm to this crisis. Remember, it was the governor of Texas that attacked the state of Illinois. Those buses did not have to come to Chicago or anywhere else. That was a conscious decision by, quite frankly, a hateful person who wanted to create division within our country. By the time we were in the DNC, there were essentially no individuals being transported to the city of Chicago. So the border control that you're speaking of actually happened under the Biden administration.
Well, the Trump administration says that they've cut down illegal border crossings by more than 90% since taking office in the past 100 days. Johnson saying that that's not true, that it was the Biden administration that did that, and the city of Chicago's busing ordinance that worked to prohibit buses coming from Texas to drop off non-citizens to a non-citizen sanctuary city like Chicago. I also asked Toni Preckwinkle about the status of the lawsuits that the DOJ has against the state of Illinois, Cook County, and the city of Chicago. And here's her response.
I think President Trump and his allies have decided that the way in which they're going to manage the federal government is to overwhelm and demoralize those who might be in opposition to what they're trying to do. And one of the challenges for us in this shotgun approach to executive orders is their focus on immigration and challenging sanctuary and welcoming cities, counties, and states. So we're being sued by the federal government, as you said.
Is there any wiggle room here to address the concerns they have? I mean, the DOJ said that one example was a Cook County detainee, an illegal alien, was released without ICE being involved, and then 17 days later is arrested for homicide.
I'm not familiar with this particular case, and we're going to fight the federal government's efforts to allege that we are not compliant with immigration law. I mean, my view is that immigration enforcement is the obligation of the federal government. Let them do their job.
And that really is the kind of nexus of the fight here in federal court, with the DOJ saying that the state, city, and county's migrant sanctuary policies are harming public safety, are a violation of federal law. But the state, county, and city is pushing back, saying that they have no obligation to assist federal immigration law enforcement, and that's their position. But you can see through the DOJ's reporting in their filings that they're pointing out they've had several instances of Illinois laws obstructing immigration and customs enforcement officials from detaining people who are in county jail. And as the question I posed there to Cook County President Toni Preckwinkle about one instance in a DOJ filing looking to ultimately hold the state accountable, they said that a non-citizen illegal alien was in a Cook County jail for a crime alleged, and then was released without ICE being able to intervene, and was later, 17 days later, accused of murder. Here's Mayor Brandon Johnson answering that question.
The DOJ says that an illegal alien was released from Cook County Jail without ICE being able to intervene, and then 17 days later was arrested, suspected of murder. How are the welcoming city policies not harming public safety?
Well, first of all, public safety is the top priority for me, like I would imagine all mayors around the state of Illinois. And violent crime continues to go down in the city of Chicago. I'm not sure if you've been able to track those numbers, but since I've been in office, there's been a precipitous decline in violence, and we're going to continue to do all that is necessary to create a safer Chicago for all. We do need Congress to actually hold the executive branch in check. We can't normalize what this president is doing. He has eroded the Constitution, and that's why there's significant lawsuits all over the country that are pushing back against the unconstitutional nature of his iniquitous form of governance.
So again, Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson and Cook County Board President Toni Preckwinkle talking about being sued by the federal government for their migrant sanctuary policies. The federal government says obstructs law enforcement looking to detain criminal illegal aliens. And is there any room for wiggling and addressing their concerns that ICE can't get into county jails? Maybe they need to address that. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Of course, wake up with us. We'll be tracking that as that case continues in federal court. The state's looking to dismiss the case. The DOJ is looking to get a summary judgment against the laws. We'll stay on top of it for you here with Illinois in Focus Daily. I'm Greg Bishop. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Wake up with us 8 o'clock each and every weekday morning with the Center Square here on YouTube.